Hi, class. Welcome. I'm Dr. Stephen Lindner. This is Anatomy and Physiology 2. This is the hybrid course at Nassau Community College. And I'd like to give you a breakdown and understanding of the flow of the course and the content that I put in the course. So just a short little something about myself so you know who it is you'll be learning from. Um, this year, I am celebrating my 29th year in private practice. I am celebrating, I think this is my 27th or 28th year of teaching at the collegiate level at Nassau Community College. Um, I teach at several universities, Adelphi University, University of Bridgeport, which is in Connecticut. I run a master's program for them. I'm the associate director for an online nutrition program. Uh, Kaiser University, which is in Florida. Grand Canyon University, which is in Arizona. And Nassau Community College. I think I've been teaching at Nassau, I want to say 16 or 17 years. Again, teaching anatomy 1, anatomy 2, lecture, lab, and both. And this is the hybrid section. And this means that it's both online and on campus. The lecture portion is online. The lab portion will be in person. So what you're looking at here, when you log into Brightspace, you'll see right here at the top, Nassau 25 Spring. And for AMP2, since I'm the instructor for both lecture and lab, we only need one course location. So it'll look like this. Okay. If you see another one that has lecture with it, disregard that. I made sure it's inactive. So you should only see something that has 132H2 hybrid Professor Steve Lindner. Okay. So when you click on that, what you will see is all the content that you will be responsible for. And I organize it in a very simple manner. I'm a pretty simple guy. So here's how it works. You'll see that lab all has lab with it. And then lecture content says lecture. Now, also, I break it down into lab material for exam 1. So everything you need to know for the first lab exam can be found here. For the second lab exam, all the material is here. For the third lab exam and fourth lab exam is all here. Here's the lab schedule. Here is the optional portion, which is the extra credit optional portion for the lab portion. It's called Pearson exercises. So if you click on this, it will log you in. There's a code there in which you'll need when you register for my section. And there's some assignments that are due always, I think it's the day before the exam is when it closes. Now, if you do well on those, I think what we do is it could potentially, I think we either count it, I forget, we either count it as an additional lab grade or it adds somewhere between 1 and 2 percentage points on your overall average. I forget, but either way, it gets the same result to try and increase 1 to 2 percentage points. Here's the syllabus. I put it in the middle so that it separates the lab stuff from the lecture. Now, when you click on the lab, you'll see for lab exam 1, you'll know you're in the right place because it says lab, but also the picture here looks like a lab, okay? And what I have here are right from the very get-go, here's my exam 1 review videos of major components to help you prepare for that lab exam. But what we'll be going over for lab, you'll see the endocrine. Here's the endocrine materials. And then here's the blood cell materials. Here's the lymphatic materials, and some additional stuff on pathways, and then all the video support I put down here. Okay, pretty straightforward. And if we go back to course home and we go back to lecture, same setup. Here's the lecture exam 1 material. So everything that you'll be learning, I'll say on your own with my guidance for teaching. So this looks like it's a computer, you're learning from home, online. So here is my endocrine lecture information. You'll click on all of these files, and then here's reproductive. All right, these are just the files. Down below, these are my videos to help you learn that information. That's it for lecture exam 1. Same concept applies. Let's go back to the course home again. You'll do the same thing for lab material for exam 2, and then you'll go here, lecture exam 2 material. Now, I like for my students to be very well prepared, to have a lot of information ahead of time. You see here where it says lecture exam reviews 1, 2, and 3. So when you click on this, before you even start watching my videos, why don't you just go and do exam 1 review? You click on that, it'll be a Word document, and there's a bunch of bulleted items. Those are the types of concepts. You will see questions on every single one of those to help you prepare. So either write them out, so when you're watching my video and looking at my PowerPoint, you could take some notes there, okay? If you were to take the test and you look at that review sheet, you'll be like, oh my goodness, you know, it's exact. So that's what you use to help guide your studying. And as you're listening to the PowerPoints and my videos, you'll pause and take some additional notes. So this is where you'll find exam 1, 2, and 3 review. For the final is separate. I do have a final exam material, and we'll go through that at a later time, okay? Your syllabus, you can click on the syllabus and read all about it right here. It's pretty self-explanatory. Some of the take-homes there, we will have 4 lecture exams, 3 main exams, and a final. The final is pretty much just on the lymphatics and the immune system. It's just one topic. The others are several topics. Your lecture exam will be taken in the lab. I don't know why they do this, but it's how the course was set up. I wish, you know, my students were able to take an online lecture and take the exams online using HonorLock or Respondus Lockdown browser, but they want students to come in person to take it. So we will use the first part of the lab, and that's when we'll have the lab exam, and then we'll go on with lab material. I will try not to have both lecture and lab on the same day, unless, of course, like students want it, they're there and they're in test mode and they want to take 2 tests on one day, but maybe we'll have that for discussion. Otherwise, I'll try and scatter them from week to week. So lab exams are given in lab, and the lecture exams are both given in lab. Lecture exams are anywhere from 50 to 100 multiple choice true and false questions. You have the reviews for them. The lab exams are 50 questions fill-in. They're typically 25 stations, 2 questions per station. So that's 25, and they're fill-in. I'll have models, I'll have PDF pics so that, you know, what you're studying in class, those pictures, I'll make sure that we have both the model in front of you and the PDF picture. Okay, so if you ever wanted to challenge a question, I can always have the picture with a PDF and, you know, show you the question and the answer and why it was wrong or why it was correct. Okay, meaning we can always reproduce the exam because I have a hard copy, not just the models. Okay, There is no extra credit option in the lecture because there's quite a few opportunities. For the lecture, believe it or not, there's an experiment that you do in the lab. And when you do this frog experiment during the cardiovascular system, you upload it. I think it's in the common site. They'll send you an email for that. And when you do this frog experiment and some of the critical thinking with you, upload it. The department grades it, not me. There's someone in the department that grades them. They send me a response as to how many points you earn. I think it's like 10 to 12 points that get added to the cardiovascular exam. All right. So that's a big give me. And then there's a big give for the final exam that I give my students. So between those two, that counts as like plenty of, the extra credit, additional points that go on to your score. For the lab, it's this. It's the Pearson. Again, it's not required, but when you click on that, let's see if it opens up here. Let's see if we can download this. Let's see, there it is. So you'll click on this to enroll, use your legal name that you're registered in the course, so it's easy to transfer the grades. You'll look for my section, which is right here. This is the course that you'll be looking for in Pearson, and right here is the course ID. If you're going to do these for the extra credit option, you want to do it from the beginning, because if there's 4 exams and you skip it for the first exam and you only do it for exam 2, 3, and 4, and even if you get 100, when you look at the average, the best you can get is a 75 average, because the missed counts as a 0. A 0 and 100, 100, 100 is a 75 average. For as many students, that hurts them. And we don't reopen them. The publisher doesn't reopen these exercises. So the purpose is to do them to prep you for the exam that's coming up. So my suggestion is either choose to do it from the beginning, or don't worry about it at all. If you feel confident in your own abilities for your score to be a perfect reflection of just what you earn on the lab exams, that's okay too. Okay, so let's see if there's anything else I need to tell you. So that kind of goes over the lecture portion. You'll do that at home here. The lecture portion, you're going to go follow the PowerPoints and my video lectures, go through all of them, watch them all the videos. There's great information there. And because many times the information comes from what I'm teaching, not the PowerPoint. Remember, the PowerPoints are just bulleted concepts, and I expand upon that in my video lectures. Always check the announcements. Always check the announcements. I'll send out announcement message information. You can contact me through email, which is on the syllabus. So let's see if you click on the syllabus here. All my information is up here. So you can see here's my email. Instructional methods for lecture and lab. All the learning outcomes are listed here for you. The required books that you need are all here. Lecture counts as 50%. Lab counts as 50%. In terms of missing exams, you don't want to do that. Missed exam, if there's a legitimate reason and it's documentable and verifiable, then missed exams are all taken on the day of the final. Okay. And remember, you can't drop a class once a final is taken. So you don't want to miss any exams. Make sure you have your Nassau Community College ID. You won't be permitted in lab without it. I'm very much aligned with providing a safe educational environment for my students, and I need to make sure that everyone sitting in my classroom is registered for the course. So please make sure you have your student ID. I'll give a week, of course, but by week 2, everyone should have it. I think you could do it online, or you could do it at the security office as well. Electronic devices, no recording. Don't record Dr. Lindner in class. I have all my videos already recorded for you, so there's no need for that. If your phones are out, I don't mind. If you can multitask, I have no problem with that, as long as it's just not a distraction to me and a distraction to your classmates. I've been to many conferences and seminars where I'm listening and I'm multitasking on my smartphone and responding to emails. I get it. We're busy. So just as long as it's not a distraction and there's no dings and your sound isn't on, I'm pretty tolerant of that. Let's see what else that I may have missed. I think we're pretty good. Attendance. I do take attendance in lab twice. I take it right at the beginning of class and right at the end of class. It's a self check-in. You'll end up checking yourself in with a code so that there's no mistakes. If someone says, "Oh, doc, you didn't get me for attendance," students do their own self check-in. I'll give you the code when you're in class. I think that pretty much covers it. And again, if there's, I think you need a C in the course, a C or better. So here's the grading scale. If anyone has any questions, I'm sure we'll be able to handle them in class. Here is the proposed flow of the lecture topics, and here is the proposed lab schedule, and I think that's pretty much it. Yep, that's it. So I'm really looking forward to meeting you all in class. Please be prompt. We start right on time. And I hope you have a great educational experience with me. My goal is to exceed your expectations and give you your money's worth, plus a little bit more. I just expect my students to absorb that information, to learn it, to study it gradually throughout the week, and to be interested in the material. Your success is my success.